If you're an athlete, or you know an athlete, or you've maybe walked by a sports performance center of some kind and you've seen people doing vertical jump tests, you may be wondering, what's the big deal about vertical jump testing? Why does it matter, how high an athlete can jump? Obviously, there's certain value of kind of knowing that. But again, if you've ever consistently seen this, you may have realized that athletes or these strength conditioning programs are actually doing repeat vertical jump testing, maybe once a week, twice a week, sometimes even daily. And so then again, you might be confused as to why would you measure someone's vertical jump height on a daily basis? How does that really kind of fit in to the athlete training, kind of scenario, or what's the upside of doing that? Well, last couple of years, probably going back decades now, they've started to implement vertical jump testing as a way to monitor athletes, and specifically monitoring how recovered they are, or their level of readiness, or kind of evaluating neuromuscular fatigue is kind of the technical term or specific characteristic that you might be trying to monitor or screen for when working with athletes in these different settings. And so vertical jump testing has moved much more beyond just how high can you jump. We can convert that into different power-based metrics. If you have these force plates available to you, then you can get hundreds of different vertical jump metrics that tell you a lot more than just how high an athlete can jump. And so if you kind of scroll through the list here that's kind of popping up on the screen, you can see all kinds of different metrics that we can get in terms of propulsion forces, landing mechanics, obviously different kind of power-based parameters as well. And so depending on the setup or the software package that you have with these vertical jump systems or force plate systems, you can get all these different kinds of metrics. And one of them in particular, Reactive Strength Index, is one of the ones that is commonly used as a way to, again, monitor this neuromuscular fatigue in athletes, and specifically in a way that tells us kind of how quick or explosive they are. If you're ever looking at Reactive Strength Index scores, we can kind of interpret a lot of different things from this. So generally speaking, higher is typically better, and then lower would indicate maybe an onset of fatigue or less kind of explosiveness with that specific athlete. And obviously context matters here. So if we have multiple time points across a different training cycle or within a season, we can get more valuable information about how that athlete is responding to training, if they are in fact doing too much or not necessarily recovering enough. All that is different types of information that we can get from that specific test. So that's why athletes or sports scientists are starting to utilize vertical jump testing so much more now than we did, again, 10, 20 years ago within the field of kind of sports performances. So there's a lot of variable or valuable information that we can get from us, and that's why if you've ever asked to do this test, it's important to do it with full effort so that we're getting good information from that and can make